What is up, Octo Nation? Opendoor in talks to list via Social Capital 2 merger. Bloomberg. Opendoor, a property technology startup, is in advanced talks to go public through a merger with Social Capital Hedosophia Holdings Corp. II, according to people with knowledge of the matter. Social Capital, the blank check company led by Chairman Chamath Palihapitiya, is discussing raising fresh equity to help fund the transaction with prospective investors, said some of the people who asked not to be identified because of talks are private. Did you guys love hearing that? So, this is common, right? This is how this always happens. To people who do not want to be identified because the talks are private, the combined company would have a value of around $5 billion in the deal, which is expected to be announced in the coming weeks, people said. The transaction isn't yet finalized and talks could still fall apart. The representatives for Opendoor and Social Capital declined to comment. San Francisco-based Opendoor, led by Chief Executive Officer Eric Wu, buys homes digitally, makes minor repairs, and lists the properties for sale, charging a fee for the service. The company was valued at $3.8 billion in 2019 fundraising round, and at the time said it had raised $1.3 billion from investors including SoftBank Vision Fund, General Atlantic, Closed Ventures, NEA, and Northwest Venture Properties Partners. Social Capital, which began trading in April, has been in a stock soar in recent days, closing Thursday up 49 cents to $12.41 per share and jumping another 14% to $13.55 yesterday. So, what is Opendoor? Opendoor, do you guys know what I don't know if you guys know anything about real estate. Do you know what a contract flipper is for real estate? Y'all ever seen those signs on the side of the road that say, "We'll pay cash for a house no matter what condition. Please call me"? I've talked about those before. Those are guys who are they're usually contract flippers. So what do? They try to find someone who doesn't know what their house is worth, or they can talk them into selling it to them for cheap. Then then they take a contract that they write up, they give it to those people. Then what do they do with that contract? They sell that contract to an actual house flipper or whoever else, right? So it's usually like a middleman company. That's kind of what Opendoor is. Okay, sell your home from the comfort of your couch. All right, so people think they're doing it themselves. In fact, this company is big on saying, get me a free offer, enter your home address, get an instant offer, compare your options, and sell safely with no showing stress or surprises. What people don't realize is this is literally the same thing as just calling up a house flipper or another broker, but they're pitching it different, right? So we're here to help you sell no matter what. Your safety and peace of mind are more important than ever. Whether you're selling now or listing, we'll guide you through every step. Get an instant offer, explore your options, sell it safely. It's always in the name of safety, right? Over 600,000 plus offers requested. Every 60 seconds it's done. Sell to us, get an instant offer, skip showings and repairs, move on your schedule. So they're literally just trying to get in and get it, right? They basically say they do a video consultation of it. Then you can choose your selling options, whatever works best for you. A bunch of fake reviews that pop up. This seems too good to be true. What's the catch? We hear this from people who are unfamiliar with the business model, and it's natural concern. How can you give a competitive offer on my home and still make enough money to operate? There must be a catch. Unlike flippers or other buy low, sell high investors, our business model is fee-based. Don't get it twisted. A fee is a fee, okay? It's charged. It's the same thing. We use recent comparable home sales, so does everyone else, to make a competitive offer on your home. Then, if you decide to sell to us, we take the service charge out of the sale proceeds, similar to how an agent takes commission in a traditional sale. Oh, so it's exactly the same thing then, right? Every month, we buy hundreds of homes, helping homeowners across the country get to their next chapter. Ooh, that's very, very sweet, Liam. So, I'm plugging at these guys. I'm kind of making fun of them. I see right through the tape on these. It's just not my play. I don't like these guys. I don't like the housing market right now. You know, are these guys going to be making money though here pretty soon? I think they might though, right? Because people are going to get desperate once they totally light switch all this extra income coming in and income period coming in for people. People are going to get super desperate. What does that mean? That means that these companies are going to be coming in and swooping up their houses for pennies on the dollar. So this still could do okay. It's not something, you know, where I want to park money and think it's going to be good for a year though, for sure. This is going to be a surfable wave for me. I know that hopefully you guys are already in this with me. We've been talking about this thing for months on months on months as a dumb place to park because of the dude who's doing it, Chamath, all right? Just because his name is attached, this is going to fly. After hours, this thing went from, this already was popping today because people were hoping it was other things we talked about, but it was at like a 12, 1241, 1250. After hours when this hit, this thing went up to 1425. People took profits, good for them. And then it popped again to 1459 and then came down to 1425. So after hours alone, it was up 17%, okay? On the warrants, this thing smashed all the way up to like 48%, I think, up after hours. And the final bell after hours should be hitting any minute now. But just be careful is all, you know, I want to tell y'all. I mean, will this still go up a little bit? I think it might, you know. But remember, though, this is still in that rumor stage. Right? So this is still just advanced talks. This isn't signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. Okay? This is just talks by someone who doesn't even want to be named because they want to be private. Right? So is this going to have that full run? I doubt it. You know, it could run up maybe to 15, 16, you know, and chill for a little bit and then dump back down. But all I got to say is just don't chase this. There's so many other SPACs that we've talked about where you can get in still ground floor. You know, protect yourself, but this is also still just a sketchy line to be in, I think, right now. I do think, like I was saying, people can get desperate, but it's still kind of a shaky business to get in. And it does come to a point where, like, the big macro millionaires that are out there, those guys have already sold their rental properties. When did they sell them? Like, middle of March, okay? They were selling them. What they were doing is they were taking their properties, they were marking them down like 5% or 10%, calling up their favorite realtor and saying, sell these as a 10 or 100 pack package, okay? That's what the real big macro millionaires were doing in March because they see the big picture. They are better to cash out because they're at top of market and wait until this train fully comes to a crashing wreck. And then they're going to take that capital they are now sitting on, probably throwing into SPACs, okay? And then once this thing fully tanks, that's when they're going to come in and swoop them up like candy, okay? The micro millionaires that have no idea what they're doing are the ones that are buying those, let's call them the puppets, okay? The puppets, the micro millionaires, are buying these from the macro millionaires thinking they're getting good deals right now. They're not. They think 5 or 10% off was good, and they're like, oh, I'll get cash flow. What they've realized is the cash flow hasn't been coming. Because why? No one's paying rent. Why? Because no one's working. No one's got the money. Okay, so just try to keep your eyes wide open and try to look at the big picture here. This is just a, you know, something that is sketchy. What I was getting at with this is there is going to get a point where those micro millionaires run out of $1 million to buy anymore. And that's when this company will get cut, okay? So they might still be making money for the next 6 to 9 months-ish, but after that, this is probably going to just totally lose it, all right? So just think about all that. Just keep it in line. But I had to get the news out and get you my opinion on this. If you don't agree or if you do, that's totally fine. But please put your comments down below. Let's have a conversation about it. If you haven't subscribed, please do it. It definitely helps out the channel. Thanks, everyone. You have a good rest of the night.